Namaste to all. Very good morning. My name is Chandana and I am from Telangana. So today I want to share my views on guilty and how it is affecting our soul evolution. So with the help of PPT, I just want to go through. So initially, as we see the title itself, we have the two concepts guilty and it affects on soul evolution. So let us explore this topic in two parts. First part would be on what is guilty and what are the phases of guilts, and the second part would be on it affects on soul evolution. What is guilt? So normally guilt is a emotion. It's a mental emotion. It's an inner conflict that arises whenever words, thoughts, or actions goes against our conditioning. So, for example, we are conditioned, be it with the society or parental conditioning. So, we know this is good, this is bad. And if we ended up doing some mistake, so that is a point where guilt takes birth. When we keep on thinking about it, so naturally guilt take birth. Normally I have a question, is the guilt good or bad? But guilt has two phases. So one is conscious guilt, which is healthy. So now I have done something mistake, guilt arises. So when that guilt arises, it is making us aware of that mistake. Oh, I have done something wrong. And that awareness will help us to take the responsibility for whatever been done by us, and also it will help us to correct where we have done wrong. Every time it will be short lived, this guilt will not be for so long time. Coming to the unconscious guilt, so here we would be thinking about something we have done which went bad, and we are consciously thinking of the same mistake what we have done, and we are ended up with the no solution, but just with go on thinking the same thing. So this is the unconscious guilt which is unhealthy, because here we are not landing at any solution, rather we are wasting our energy. So this is unconscious guilt. So let us also talk about in the unconscious guilt part, which are the places where most of the times this guilt consciousness triggers. One would be comparing ourselves with others. When we compare ourselves with others, when we have the quality of comparing ourselves with others, so we naturally end up always comparison. Okay, somebody is talking so great. Somebody is doing some great thing. Okay, taking it in an inspirational way, that is good. But comparing on each and every point and each and every person, so that is not healthy. And next one is parental conditioning. So here some of the parents has some expectations on their child, and here the child has interest on some other thing. So what happened, child ended up thinking, feeling guilty because he or she is unable to meet the parents expectation. Most of the children will not say it out, but that will be in their heart. That is for 100%. So there is a gap between the child's interest and the parents' expectation. So this will result guilty in the child. And the societal conditioning. Society has protocols, like it has a path. At this age, this should happen. At that age, that should happen. So it has a path. It has its own protocols. But our soul blueprint is different here. So when we compare our soul blueprint with the societal conditioning, then naturally guilt triggers because this will never match. And moving on. So here we are done with the like what is guilt part, and moving on to the second part, how the guilt is affecting our soul evolution. The first one is guilt keeps the soul stuck in the past. Okay. So, okay, I have done some mistake in the past, maybe yesterday, maybe 10 days back, or 20 days back, 1 year back, I don't. But whenever I think about that situation, we always feel guilty. That means we are not free of that guilt. That is still alive in our system. So we end up thinking, I failed to, get some rank, or I failed to handle some situation. So these are the guilt triggering points. So here, what happens for the soul when here the guilt will be dragging us to the past, always to the past. But soul grows only in the present moment. When we are in the present moment with full of awareness, only then we expand. Our consciousness expand. Wherein guilt does exactly opposite. Guilt weakens self-trust. This is absolute point. Because okay, today if I did some mistake and I have lot of guilty for that, then tomorrow naturally I would not believe my own intuition or my own reasoning, because I'm not accepting, okay, yesterday something went wrong. If I accept that point, today I will at least give a chance to listen to my uh, like system what is telling it. But if I have guilty, then I would not trust, rather I would depend on others for validation. So here, when we are unable to trust ourselves, then what is the point of whole thing? Because a soul communicates through clarity and confidence. When there is lot of noise in our head, naturally the communication in the communication there is a block. The higher self or whatever we call soul or something, that is giving some guidance, but we have a lot of noise in between, we are unable to receive it, so the communication blocks. Guilt strengthens the ego, not the soul. So when we are identifying with the mistake, then naturally our ego will strengthens. Here we are not seeing it as a like object or it as an incident, rather we are thinking, I am that, like I am bad person, I am a mistake, every time I do the same thing. So that means here we are strengthening our ego. Ultimately if ego is strengthening, then the soul evolution would be very slow, very very slow. So guilt turns actions into identity. This feeds ego based suffering and distance you from your true nature. Yeah. Guilt lowers inner frequency. Let us see the quality, like point where the guilt is vibrating. So guilt vibrates at fear, self-judgment, and shame. Fear. So that means okay, yesterday something bad went. I did something bad. Today also I might do something bad. And self-judging. Just now, like we have discussed, I'm a bad person or good person. That means self-judging. Whereas we see about soul, it is completely about forgiveness, accepting oneself and also others, the situations, and the peace, responsibility, whatever, be it good or bad, taking responsibility for that. So there is lot of contradiction in between these 2 points. Lower frequency equal to slower spiritual growth. Naturally, guilt is at lower frequency. So when we are at the guilt consciousness, naturally the soul evolution would be very slow. So this is a relation between guilt and the soul evolution. And the last point is all about the energy. So the simple point is, when we always live in the past, because person who is suffering with the guilt, he is not in the present moment for sure. He is in the past. He or she is in the past. So in that past, when we continuously think about the past, we are draining our energy, and it creates heaviness in the heart, and also it pulls our awareness backward into the past. So naturally, we would drain our hardened cosmic energy. A contracted inner state slows soul evolution. So the final truth is, when guilt dissolves into understanding, the soul naturally arises. So that understanding is very much important here. Okay, whatever I did, be it good or bad, accept it, understand, and evolve through that mistake. So that will make the evolution, that will make the soul naturally evolve. So, yeah, that is all about guilty and its effects on soul evolution. And I just want to share 1 minute about my experience with guilty. So, guilty is, it's very hard to come out of it. It requires lot of energy, because we are conditioned. It's not about blaming anybody, but we got to know from childhood that this is good, this is bad. Once, like in our mind, we have a idea, okay, doing this, then people will appreciate. If we do this, then that is a rejection. So when we have that identification of the personalities, we always chase to be, good. We always chase to meet somebody's expectations, and if we are not meeting that, naturally the guilt triggers. And to come out of that again, these all things, meditation, reading books, that will work out. Yeah, thank you so much. If anybody has anything to share or ask, please. Thank you so much for love.
Good morning, Chandana ma'am, and good morning, everyone. Yeah, it's a very beautiful presentation, Chandana ma'am. Um, as you said, even I had a lot of guilt in my childhood. It was a beautiful statement you said. The society sets plenty of norms, which is correct, which is wrong. And we started believing because of the conditioning through the society. And that gave me a lot of guilt because when I'm not placed in the society norms, I started feeling something is wrong with me, and that gave me a lot of guilt, and my frequency was very low that time. But it really, what I understood was, but it took really 23 years of life of my life to realize it's okay to be like that, how I am. Okay, so nothing is wrong. So for to come to that level, we need a lot of awareness. So the awareness by seeing the other people that, okay, if we are reading many books, we get awareness. But those who are not in that line, then observing the things around us with a little patience and with a little time, that can give them a little awareness. That awareness can bring them to greater level. So this is how I came out of that guilt consciousness and then started believing in myself. Yeah, just wanted to share what I went through in my childhood, Chandanama. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. So beautiful.
Good morning, Chandana ji. You have made a very lovely, simple presentation, which is very, very helpful for our what you call soul. I don't know whether people nowadays, even soul evolution, growth also, they are not using the word. They say Our real soul is always, it gets its original reflection. But in the practical sense on the planet Earth, yes, we have to evolve, we have to grow. I think that is beautifully you explained to it. My experience about the guilt part, I think in our life on the Earth planet, every stages we go through certain amount of guilt. When as a child, as a adult, as a family member, as a parent, there is somewhere or other we do something which lead into a kind of guilt consciousness in our soul. This is what, for example, when you are beating it by mistake, you are shouting at your children for the mistake that you said. But sometimes you feel that, hey, why should I shout? Let them learn. Why you are not allowing them to learn? Uh, this we carry it that through our own self reflection, and we slowly coming out and purify our soul. This is what happened here. The best medicine which I find is if you are reflecting every day 5 minutes, what I did today, morning till evening, in any of my words or any of my actions, whether it hurt somebody, whether it has affected somebody, then immediately we can clean it. It's like cleaning our house, like every day we have to clean our house. Otherwise, the dirt accumulates and we find it very difficult and we have to spend a lot of time and energy to clean that. And this is what my experience, every day, we have to clear it out. But that awareness only will come when we are going deep into our soul consciousness. That is the only, otherwise, as you rightly said, as long as we are driven by the ego, naturally, we will find it difficult to come out. There are so many things we face in our life. Thank you so much. It's a very simple and beautiful presentation.
Thank you so much, sir. And thank you for the suggestion too. Yes, ma'am.
Anyway, yeah, happy morning. It was a beautiful presentation. And though the presentation was very crisp and brief, and there was a good message, a takeaway message for me today. As you told, the guilt is affecting the soul evolution. So before and after meditation, I could able to distinguish myself. Like there were several years of guilt we carried for decades together. Sometimes we didn't know how to take out of from our heart space. At that point of time, when we are carried out by guilt, I found myself now after coming to the meditation, I really able to accept myself that I carried an energy, negative energy, carried negative energy wherever I go, and it impacted on the people the other side also. So it reflects my mind. So I used to think of myself, the people are rejecting me for some time, for some reasons, and it so happened like that. And earlier, I didn't know I was the reason for that. But after coming to the meditation, as Master stated, he used to tell that whatever we have committed, knowingly or unknowingly, katam, katam. That's it. No regrets or guilt. That katam, katam word is still remains in my heart. So where that part I stick together, I sticked on to that particular word, katam katam. So from then I started transforming little by little with the meditation. Now I see lots of whoever went away from me are coming to near me automatically. It's happening. The opportunities are coming. The good people are coming, and so many good things are happening. Just being silent and removing the gulf from my side. This I experienced, and off late I'm experiencing because no reaction. So I accept. Okay, whatever it is, I accept. When I'm in the acceptance place, things are happening. So this thing I'm really enjoying. And as you told, the soul, it is blocking us from the soul evolution. Now I could able to see inches of evolution is happening inside me. So that thing I'm enjoying nowadays. So thank you. Thank you very much for the takeaway today.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Good to hear. Acceptance is the end of suffering. Yeah, well said.
Yeah, Chandana, good morning. Good morning, everyone. It was really nice presentation. And when I was hearing the experiences and all. I know, I mean, from any phase of life or any incidents can put us in guilt, and we have to come out, and it stops the evolution. But what I, when I was retrospecting right now, what I understood is, normally what happens is we have come out from that phase. Okay, we are meditators, and we try to tell others that how it is benefiting me. Okay, how that person should do. But if that person is not at that level, we have to see that whether that person is feeling the emotion of comparison, and instead of we helping that person, is that person going in other side. Because if the particular person is not having time, he understood that meditation needs to be done. I mean, normally I'm facing this when I tell to very close friend, and then I realize that they are understanding how what the benefits are, but since they are not able to put the time, they feel that, oh, I'm not doing good enough. So when we are telling this, it is our responsibility now that this they should we should not add guilt in them, and we should not stop the evolution. This is the other retrospection has come actually. That's why I thought I should share when I'm
Yes.
sensing that. Thank you. Thanks.
Yeah. Thank you. Okay, friends. Thank you so much for all your messages and all. I'm grateful for all of you. And yeah, let us catch up in other session. Namaste.